Hi everyone, this is Rohan, and today I'm going to share what we have learned in CS5610. Uh, let's start with the first part. The scratch of my set, my map. So for the website, actually you divide by three parts. First part is the front end. Uh, as all we know, front end is more like a browser, not directly interact with a user. And inside a browser, we got several different components. We got HTML, which is the status uh, page, like a you can also understanding the page structure. CSS3, it's like a virtual style and a layout. And vanilla JavaScript, it's like a interaction, handling interaction. And yes, 6 module. It's handle like an import export. And also like we have a DOM. Sorry, DOM. Is that directly handle the browser tree of a representation re- representation of a HTML page. And after the front end, we got backend. And in this course, we use a framework Node.js plus Express. And it's have a two different route. One is status route, which is handle the HTML, CSS, image, and JavaScript. Right now. And the other route is API route. It's handle the business logic, more like a business logic. And it will return the JSON response. So JSON response. And we got the database. And in this course, we learned like a MongoDB. And it have a like a collection. It treat it as a table, like a SQL table, and also a document. It's more like a JSON like a data format record, and also like a pretty important part is the CRUD. That stands for create, read, update, delete. So here is a database and how they connecting each other. For example, front end want to connect to a send a data request to a backend, it will do like a fetch request, HTTP fetch request. And a backend want to talk with a DB. They also have their own like a protocol, like a MongoDB driver. Uh, they also have their own like a query language called like a MQL, Mongo query language. Let me give a quick example on a Mongo query language. It's more like a SDB dot collection. It will for example, you wanna find the items and you just use this and dot find. We'll go to a directly like a table to find like a specific, again adding the like a the expression in a find, doing here, and you will find like a document of data for you. So uh, here is my map. So next part we are going to uh, discuss more about like the how they're like interact with each other uh, according to the mind map. So in general, uh, if you got a like a for example, you are the user. Uh, you wanna get the data from a DB. No, it's like a if you are front end and you want get the data from a DB, uh, the basic role is more like a front end. Uh, is send the front end is send the fetch request to backend, and backend determining like which route it's going to use based on the request. And uh, if they need to uh, access a DB to get the data, they will through like a MongoDB driver uh, or like it's like a MongoDB driver MQL to talk with DB. Then how the data return flow is like a DB to the backend, and is should be returned a JSON to the backend, and backend handle that maybe through the business logic. Then it return to the front end, and it's showing up like a deal. The DOM can return to a front end. Then like a DOM can update, and this all like through like a JSON format to passing the data. And so overall the flow should be like this. The return flow is like MongoDB docs. Docs is like a documents. It's like the data, and is returned to Express. Express is like uh, the framework for the backend, and it will convert the MongoDB data to the it will handle like MongoDB data to the JSON. Remember, like after it handle to a JSON, uh, is it will like it can pass from the backend to the front end. Then is to the JavaScript. Then is DOM update. More high level to understanding is like a more simple way to understanding is like a DB to backend, backend convert to JSON, pass to front end, then DOM update, then the user can see it. So yeah. So let me address a little bit about here. Sorry about that. So the whole idea about through here is more like sending the document to the backend, then backend handle it, then pass a JSON to the front end. Right. So that is the whole second part. The yeah, and then the relationship between those three different part of the website. So next part, I'm going to show the deep dive section. So I won't focus on one specific concept. Is how the front end get the data from the MongoDB through the Express brand. So let me use a very quick like a workflow to showing the end-to-end idea on that. So first, we got the user in the front end in the browser, and you click the button. And it could be like a not just click button. It's like a more like a maybe it's submitting the form. And what is going to happen next? It will send a move. It will directly triggering the front end JavaScript. Next, it will like send a HTTP fetch request. And here's a route. Item to the backend, to the Express API route. So next part, the Express Express, the backend Express will like convert those requests to the Mongo query language. So also like let me write it down really quick. Mongo native driver plus QLAN next part. You will access to MongoDB collection. Actually, I use I always thinking like a MongoDB collection is like the table, like the SQL. So, and next you will receive the document. After receive document, it will express, the backend will convert it to JSON. So like this, convert to JSON. Then it will send to your front end. And front end receive that. So the next step is JavaScript will update the DOM. Then the user can see all the change. Alright, let me give a really quick overall go through. Maybe like have a questions part. So the first thing I think maybe have a questions is why the front end not connecting the DB directly. The answer for that is because the front end code is visible to the user in the browser, so exporting a database credential or the data logic would be unsafe. So directly to the front end, directly to the front end to the DB is not gonna work. And second, could we have a question is what is the fetch? So fetch, what is the fetch? So fetch is the HTTP request to the Express backend. As you can see here is a route, so it will directly send to the backend Express backend. So the next function is what is Express API route do? Once like a Express API route receive a request, it will run the business logic in here. Maybe the business logic is already writing on the back. It could be run a business logic and use a MongoDB native driver to query the database, which is this system. All right. So the next function it comes from is like a MongoDB query. How did it come from? So MongoDB queries happen inside of a backend. So let me change the color. In here. Actually, in here. It's backend. And it will run the MQL query on the backend, and it will receive a document from the from the MongoDB database. So Express actually can access the collection here for MongoDB. So the final questions, I guess, is once the JSON returned to the front end, how the JavaScript updating the DOM. So to answer this part, it's like when like a front end receiving a JSON data, JavaScript can update the DOM by creating the elements, changing the text content, and appending the element to a page. This is how like JavaScript updating the DOM. So I think that is all I want to share in like a section 3, the deep dive point. So yeah. Alright, here's a live demo section, and here's one of here's the website, and then currently like a load items, and this button is not working. So I'm going to implement the feature for this like a load when the user click like a load items. So let's go to a code. So as you can see here, I will implement in the try curve backend. So the first step is not a front end, send a request fetching HTTP request to Express. So let's get started. Cool. Wait. Page. And here's the route. And next. Wait. JSON, convert to JSON. And next part, we are going to based on the return value, we are going to like fit the data into like an inner HTML. It's more like a JavaScript, like modify the DOM's processing. So yeah.
going to hiding some status. Yeah, and let's testing is work or not. Oh, it's still not work. This looks like this part to add the route. Okay, now should be work. Let me restart it again. Now it's work. So yeah, so right now it can showing up the data I want in the front end. So yeah, here is all the live coding section. Right, thank you.